Misery, misery, misery. That's what you've chosen. I offered you friendship, and you spat in my face.
Hello everyone, Finger here from Bar Formation, and as you saw by the intro, we're doing a Green Goblin build. Now, just some context. I was doing a live stream of me just randomly trying to build something, and what I was going to build, I didn't really have a plan for, and then I randomly popped up in my head that Rick was doing something Doc Hawk thingy, and I thought, hey, I can build Green Goblin. So, I got to work. I stripped this Motus figure that I rebuilt years later, that Rick designed once, of all its green armor, and got to building. And I'm just going to take him off the glider real quick, because the glider is sort of my favorite part. Because the figure is not really that much special. When I first thought I was going to be making the Willem Dafoe design, and while it's kind of based on that, it's really hard to do with CCBS. So I just tried my best, and I just worked from out that design. So the mask design is as close as you can get to Willem Dafoe's, and I sort of tried with the arms, like with the spikes where he cuts Toby with in, I think in Spider-Man 1, yeah, that's the one he appeared in. But yeah, we're just going to take a look at the figure. He's just a real simple figure. We'll do the head first. I have his head on a shortest bone piece, not really because I want to have him displayed like that, but actually because I do. Because if you have him just like this, imagine the body being underneath. Come on, focus. And this camera has a hard time focusing. Jesus. Yeah, there we go. So if you have him just like this, it looks terrible. But if you have him in like a goblin position where he's like looking like that, like at an angle, it looks really good. Also, I gave him sort of the pin on the end of the head. And I went for this Lewa design. I also had some other options, like using a skull spider, but you know, that sort of looked like a skull spider. And this one had the angle in the chin, so that would remind me of building the first Green Goblin design, because that sort of also had that angle. Nothing special for the head, it's just this design I've had before because Rick made it once. And if we'll attach the head back, you can see what I mean. Like if you have him like this, it doesn't really look good. But if you have him in like a goblin position on his glider, it looks kind of good, like he's angled, so it's more posable. I'm just gonna put him like that. I put a working gearbox in there because I had the idea, because you know, gearboxes make arms move. Gearbox is sort of crooked though because there's a piece in the way. Also, this build and side build are completely full of illegal connections. But yeah, the idea was that I could have some sort of a ball build, like a ball, or really a pumpkin bomb, so he can throw the pumpkin bomb, but that really didn't work out. I tried making something, and I thought, hey, I could use these pieces, but they were literally too small for the hand design. I thought they'd be bigger, but you know, didn't work out. The arms, so I put the knives on here that Toby gets cut with, or basically Peter, Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, so he's like getting cut in his wrist, if you know what I mean. I put these breeze colors on here, like the lime green, not because I want to make it inconsistent, but it was really the only thing that I had besides gunmetal, and I needed something for the torso, because just having it like this looks sort of bare bones, and it's sort of armor, so this sort of gives the illusion that there's more to just spandex, if you will, or what's supposed to be spandex. But yeah, and the leg design is just simple design. It's really bulky, these legs. I don't really like the fact. And I also put these planes on there from Stormer XL because I wanted to sort of, these are also little gliders, so I want to give them the illusion that he can sort of jetpack around, I don't know. And then the gear, and the back is open. And that's really it for Green Goblin himself, but of course it wouldn't be Green Goblin without either pumpkin bombs, which I have failed, or the glider. Now, I started building the glider, or I went into building the glider with the idea I'm going to base this off the Tobey Maguire, Sam Raimi stuff, but then I just went all out because it was sort of hard designing a glider based on something else I just started designing. So here's the basic design. I had the idea of using these wings from certain Rocket Combat Machine, and from there I'd work. So I first grabbed these old hands, the Mata hands. So sorry, my video cut out there because my alarm went off. But as I was saying, the Mata hands, on the shortest bone piece, so they could sort of angle and also not look like they had a disease. And then I just put these on here, like the lower ones, because I wanted to have missiles there. But then ultimately I didn't, so I put these spikes in there to give somewhat the illusion that there was purple in there. And later I added these armor shells and spikes and bullrock eyes. The base of these things I was gonna have with these Technic bars, like these. It's really hard to see, but these ones, the one that the platform is built on, but that didn't work. So what I did was, if I can remove this without breaking it completely, oh god, I grabbed gearboxes, and I grabbed 2 gearboxes and connected them together in some way, and then I attached these for the stabbing part, but then I also had these for the stabbing part and these for the stabbing part. I sort of went all over with spikes, attaching everything back up. So I had the bar design, and then I put these roundish dish gear wheel things on there. They're sort of built illegally, I think. Well, it's not really pressure, I just don't think this is a legit building technique. The pieces are not fully used as they should be. But I put that on some pins, and as I did that, I had my design for the glider, or at least for him to stand on. Then I just built it out from the back, added this Skull Scorpio, spikes and bullrock eyes, unity parts. I needed something to fit in between this hole and this thing, so I added this gray Glatorian neck, and I just added these parts on there because I thought I'd cover it up a little bit, and the wings are posable. And the last thing I added were these spikes, these claws, the Incaliburatus knives. They are built illegally, as you can see. There's a little bit of pressure on there. Same as with this part, because this piece is, as you can see, stuck in place, and you can really see right there by my nail, it's holding with pressure. As you can see, they are just slightly bended, so this thing has some illegal building techniques, but I can't help it. I tried to build it as illegal as possible, but you know. That's really it for the glider. I want to have the figure on it right now, because, you know, it's the Green Goblin and he's sort of incomplete without his glider. So, as you can see, he just fits on there. And if I just move the head down, yeah, he's the Goblin, and also there's a butterfly in my pajamas. Yes, it's still morning, so let's use that. But yeah, I just have him in his little bent down position with his knees, and then you could have the arm bend up and just have a pumpkin bomb in there, if you will, but there's not really a part for that besides the cannon pieces from Hero Factory's sphere shooters. But yeah, that's really it for this Green Goblin CCBS figure design. Maybe in the future, I have some parts, when we grab them, that could work for, of course I dropped them, but that could work for a possible Spider-Man design, but I don't think I have anything besides this that can represent Spider-Man, so that might not happen. I also might build some other villains from Spider-Man. We'll see. But thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Good.